I'm rolling up, dude. Rolling up to the crib.
Okay. What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my name's Jake,
I'm Harrison.
and we're here with Dialed Events, giving you a preview for round 2, everything what to expect. A couple notes for you. First of all, notice we're in a new studio today. Thank you to Certified Original for that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was super cool to rent us this space for a little bit. Let us work some magic.
Yeah, incredibly cozy in here. So tell me about the race last weekend, man.
Last weekend, it was more like 2.5, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Over at Sugar Mountain.
Time.
Oh,
Crazy.
dude, it was honestly it was a really good event.
Yeah.
We had a great turnout compared to last year. The weather was a little spotty, didn't really work in our favor too much, but when it came down to race time, I think things ended up being pretty good. You know, I didn't hear any complaints, did you?
No, I didn't. The dirt looked good all day. I mean, the little bit of rain that we got was not that bad.
Yeah.
And no, it was fun. I had a lot of fun at the PA Center, talking to everybody. It's so glad to be back in this, man. Whole lot of fun. Love
Yeah.
seeing everybody.
No, it was definitely good. It was a good weekend for sure.
So, how do we register for round 2?
First off, where are we going for round 2?
Well, we're going to Rock Creek, and we've got a pretty sick course for you this weekend, which Harrison will tell you about here in just a second. But first, obviously, we need to know, how exactly do you race?
There's a couple ways that you can sign up. You can either go on our website, gravitycarolinas.com. There's a registration tab. You just click that, and it'll take you directly to the bike reg link. Or you can find our Instagram, which would be at Gravity Carolinas. And on our links tab on our Instagram page, you'll be able to find the sign up for round 2 right then and there.
Sweet. Anything different from last time?
Yeah, so this go around for this round and for every round going forward, we have a bit of a price increase. It's for a very good reason. For the rest of the races for the rest of the year, we've been able to work out deals with each venue and have lift tickets included in the registration price. So instead of having to register online and then go to the ticket booth, you register online, pick up your plate, and that's it. You're good to go for the weekend. We'll give you a wristband.
Well, I'll tell you what, that simplifies things, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, with that in mind, why don't you tell us about the course?
Oh, the course is super sick. So it's basically, well, Rock Creek, as you know, has, I want to say, around 700 feet of vertical change.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be mostly Easy A with some of the easier parts of Stampede, which they used for the National. It'll just be using a little bit of that and then back onto Easy A. And David Kahn over at Rock Creek has been giving me updates every day this week, and he's been telling me that they're prepping it and it's going to look good come race time.
And that's awesome. Speaking of David, didn't he film a course review for us?
Yeah, he did. I was super grateful for that because we weren't able to get out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's linked on our YouTube. We'll attach it to this video if you want to go check that out. Go ahead and get a lay of the land for the weekend. How's the weather look?
The weather's going to be the weather. In the mountains of North Carolina, everything is super unpredictable. Personally, what I'm thinking is that we're going to have some pretty heavy rains at the beginning of the week. Not the end of the world. There is a probability that it might rain this weekend, but I'm kind of holding out that it's not, and it'll be just about perfect. You know, you can't really ask for much better than tacky dirt and some blue skies.
I mean, if it's anything like last time, I think it's going to be a wonderful weekend.
Oh yeah, it'll be sick no matter what.
Any safety things that our riders need to keep in mind over the weekend?
Other than normal downhill race procedure, no, not really. I mean, just in general, if it's your first time out on track or your first time at a bike park at one of our races, we really emphasize the philosophy of pre-ride, re-ride, free-ride. So you really shouldn't be up to speed once you know what you're going to be hitting. This is a downhill race, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything and say like, oh, it's a super easy track. For some people it might, for some people it might not be. But just go at it at your own pace and really learn the track before you start going at race speed.
I gotta tell you, I think it's really cool this weekend that we're running a little bit of course that they did at the Nationals.
Yeah, it'll be super cool.
It's a really neat touch.
No, it'll be sick.
Anything that spectators need to keep in mind for the weekend?
Yeah, there's no lift this time around. So how are you going to be getting around the mountain? You know, that's a pretty big thing. Spectators should expect to pay for a shuttle pass to get up the mountain and utilize the shuttle. If Rock Creek wants to do anything different compared to what we're expecting, that's up to them, not us. Spectators are also able to get around on their own personal transportation, which would be their own 2 feet. Unless you have a bike park pass for the day or for the weekend, you really shouldn't be riding your bike up on the mountain or down anything pretty much ever. I mean, that pretty much sums it up for what they should expect.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, what's the schedule look like over the weekend? We still having practice Saturday, race day Sunday?
Yeah, so on Saturday we're going to have an open practice, and that'll be basically through the whole day. On Sunday we're going to have a split practice before race, and then we'll have our race, and then a 30-minute protest period, and then we'll have our award presentation, and then that should wrap up the weekend.
Right on. Where should racers go if they have any questions or they run into anything that needs to be resolved on either Saturday or Sunday?
That's a really good question. I'm glad you asked. First of all, racers should go find either a volunteer or a staff member working the race. One of us work, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to direct you to our USA Cycling official, which you can find at the registration tent. So if you want to skip us, you just go find our official, and she'll take care of you with whatever you might need. And if it's something to do with the Gravity Carolinas production itself and not so much the race, you just come talk directly to us, and we'll help you out.
Speaking of that, if a rider runs into the back of either a slower rider or a down rider when they drop in for the race run, what should they do?
That's a really good question. I'm glad you asked. Usually when a rider runs into a slower rider on their race run, best practice is to call out a pass, and if the slower rider genuinely impedes your progress, the best thing that you can do is protest your race run and go see our USA Cycling official on site. They would be at the registration tent. Now, if you see a down rider, absolutely 100% let someone know. Just know that if you see a down rider and they impede your progress in your race run, you're most likely going to be allowed to rerun. But let someone know so that we can go and get word out to have our Dirt Medical event medical staff take care of them. Our number one priority at these events is obviously to let everyone have fun, but above all else, it's safety for sure.
I mean, yeah, we want to make sure that we race an entire series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, good, man. Well, I'm really excited.
I'm stoked, dude. I think it's going to be a really great weekend. I'm just excited to get out and start taping later this week.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get up there on Friday, get everything prepped for you guys, and then should have a sweet event this weekend.
Yeah.
It's going to be a whole lot of fun. If you have any questions about anything, you can either shoot us a PM or shoot us an email at info@dialevents.com. That'll shoot to one of the two of us, and we'll answer you as soon as we can to get you all taken care of. Other than that, thanks guys for tuning in to this week's edition of our pre-race primer. Very excited to see everybody this weekend, and have a good race.
Dude, that's tight. All right. I'm good with that.
All right. Thanks to everyone who sponsors Gravity Carolinas. We're supported by the Rocket Race Shop, Cane Creek, State Farm, FSA, Operative, XFent, Epic Productions and Destinations, Lone Pass, Andes Valley, and Mountain Training Systems.